happy November. Today we're going to be looking at my November TBR, seeing all of the books that I intend on reading in the month of November. Let's get into it. The theme this month is nonfiction. If you are new to BookTube, there is a thing called Nonfiction November, where a lot of people come together to read nonfiction books. This was made by a book olive. I love her channel. I always recommend it. So if you want more info on what Nonfiction November is, because there's usually themes and prompts, or you could do like I do and just focus on reading nonfiction in the month, but I will leave a link to Olive's video so you guys can get all the info that you will need for Nonfiction November. I do have one fiction pick because I don't want to read just completely one thing. I want, to change it up a little bit. With nonfiction, I think the titles are usually pretty self-explanatory for the books, but I am going to try to give it a little more depth so those of you watching this video can have a little bit more fun. The first book I have here is Doppelgänger by Naomi Klein. This is one that I probably wouldn't have picked up if I didn't get it from the Shakespeare and Company subscription box, and I also have a signed copy here. This book came to me all the way from Paris, France. Isn't that so cool? But Naomi Klein is frequently mistaken for Naomi Wolf, I think was the name, and that woman is like the complete opposite of her personality wise, and is like a very far-right political person who is just putting like political stuff, and that's not exactly what Naomi is doing with her life. This is a book for our age and for all of us, a deadly serious, dark comedy which invites us to view our reflections in the looking glass. It's for anyone who wants a way out of our collective vertigo and back to fighting what really matters. Also, I think this might touch on what we put out there on social media, what we put out there on the internet, and how it reflects who we are as a person. Ooh, that's because everything on social media is so fake. I try to be extremely real in my videos, but I know there's so much like edited content, because obviously I edit out words and those kind of things, or just moments that are just kind of awkward. So this video is not, you're not seeing me 100% straight live. There's nothing on the internet is real. The next one is a book that I got from a family member, and that is The First World War by John Keegan. This is all about, what is this? Oh, okay, that's just my bookmark thing. A history of the First World War. I've read several at this point, but there's always knowledge to be gained. And this is a really like nice hardback with deckled edges, and I got it for free, so I cannot wait to learn more. And I love these end pages that have Europe for the European front of the war. Might be Nonfiction November, but I am still adding a graphic novel to my TBR this month. If you guys don't know, I want to read more graphic novels because I read a 5 out of 5 one last year. I want to have that experience again. I want to be taken in media in all different forms. I think that's so great to see all kinds of art, all kinds of ideas put to page, but in different styles. It's amazing what the human mind can do. So this one is Ducks, 2 Years in the Oil Sands by Kate Beaton. I'm going to read y'all the description because I don't really know a whole ton of what this is about. So before there was Kate Beaton, cartoonist of Hark, a vagrant, there was Kate Beaton of the Cape Breton Beatons, specifically Mabou, a tight-knit seaside community where the lobster is as abundant as beaches, fiddles, and Gaelic folk songs. With the singular goal of paying off her student loans, Katie heads out west to take advantage of Alberta's oil rush, part of the long tradition of East Coasters who seek gainful employment elsewhere when they can't find it in the homeland they love so dear. Katie encounters the harsh reality of life in the oil sands, where trauma is an everyday occurrence, yet is never discussed. So this is a memoir told in a graphic novel format. That is so cool and so unique. And I bet a lot of people probably didn't know that this, was it a cartoonist? Yeah, cartoonists had this backstory of working in the oil sands. It's crazy to think about. And so she's from like the east coast of Canada, which I love that setting. One day, fingers crossed, I will travel there because I love that setting in books I don't know what it is, just really like it. Here is my fiction pick and my buddy read pick of the month. My cousin Jen picked up this book for me because she's from the same area as Kristen Hannah, and we love Kristen Hannah's books, and this is one that we both hadn't read yet. So this is Magic Hour, and basically this girl is found, I think, in the Olympic National Forest, and she's speechless and alone. There's no clue of her identity or her past. So this woman, Dr. Julia Cates, is the one determined to free the extraordinary little girl she calls Alice from a prison of unimaginable fear and isolation. So to reach her, Julia must discover the truth about Alice's past, although doing so requires help from Julia's estranged sister, a local police officer. The shocking facts of Alice's life test the limits of Julia's faith and strength, even as she struggles to make a home for Alice and for herself. So she's trying to find herself while helping this little girl. And I'm so curious, how did that little girl end up in the woods? I have hiked there, and I can't imagine a child being all by herself. That scares me thinking about all the things that could go wrong. So luckily she was found, but I am so curious why she doesn't speak and why she was alone. Like, there's so much to unravel here. Actually, I do have a memoir that I may pick up as a buddy read with a friend, but not like an official Fable buddy read or anything, and that is Tell Me Everything by Minka Kelly. I actually haven't seen anything that's a lie because she was on Euphoria. So that's the only thing I've seen Minka Kelly in. And I know she dated Derek Jeter. I'm not a big fan of him. But this is all about her life. So she was raised by a single mother who worked as a stripper. Though Maureen loved her daughter dearly, she struggled with addiction. And for more years than young Minka could count, she woke in strange apartments at times, even living in a converted storage closet. Relying on friends and relatives to house her and her mother, she spent her childhood bouncing around the country. So we're going from her childhood, seeing how she became this celebrity, and I am going to be doing the audiobook because Minka Kelly does narrate the audiobook. Those are all of the books that I plan to read in the month of November. Have you guys read any of these books? And be sure to join our buddy read if you want to. I will have a whole vlog dedicated to each of these books, but with the buddy read, that's a way more detailed experience, getting my thoughts out there. I think I'm going to be doing that next week, so stay tuned. That's gonna be so exciting. But if you made it through this whole video, leave a Thanksgiving emoji in the comments below. And if you're not from America, I know Canada has Thanksgiving as well, do like a fall, but you may be in the southern hemisphere, so a spring emoji, who knows. But I'm getting out of hand here. But as always, comment, rate, and subscribe, and don't forget to ring that notification bell to be notified when all my videos go live. I'll see you in my next one. Bye. If you are familiar with my videos, you're used to seeing Sherman at the end of them. Sadly, Sherman has since passed away, but I would still like to encourage you guys to help your local shelters. Sherman was at the Darlington County Humane Society in rural South Carolina. I always have their link down below in the description if you guys would like to help them, but also help your local shelters as well. You can do that by donating, sharing posts like this one, volunteering, fostering, and adopting, which it's great to do all of those things. Great to help your community, great to help the animals in your community, and I cannot recommend it enough. All of my pets were rescues, they were strays or from animal shelters, and I love them so much, and I know how much love they can give, so knowing these pets at the shelter can equally give that much love, it's amazing. And y'all should totally take part and help out those local animal shelter pets, and please help them.